Hey, what's up my wild mustachians, and welcome back to another wild gold making video. First and foremost, I want to say if you're Alliance or Horde, it really doesn't matter. Making gold is universal in World of Warcraft. So with that said, if you like raw gold, auction house gold, and farms and more, check out the description, maybe even subscribe, and share with your pets. Hey, they want to watch wild gold making too. Alright guys, welcome back to another wild gold making video. First and foremost, I do want to say thank you so much for all of my patrons out there. Y'all guys are amazing. Y'all went the extra mile and actually supported the channel even more. I do want to say right now there will be a code word in this video. If you haven't checked out the last video, make sure you do, because you got to have that code word in that comment section to have a chance to win. Plus you got to be a subscriber. Now I do want to say right now that this top 10 that I'm going to show you today is in no order. It won't be, number one is the best. It will actually just be showing you off each of these raids or dungeons. Now I do want to say right now, the wild gold guide coming out for all of my patrons will actually have this, but it will have 10 hour for each one of them. So that means what you see in here will be 9 more times for each one of them, with all the statistics and everything that shows what will drop and what your average will be on auction house and raw gold. So if that's something you like, check out the description. Let's get right into it. And at number 10 is going to be Dire Maul. Dire Maul is going to be 182 raw gold with 42,762 auction house gold. With my first run, I had nothing that dropped for me that was worthwhile, so there is no notable items for the auction house. With raw gold, seeing as old dungeon, it's not going to bring you that much raw gold. So let's get into number 9. And at number 9 is going to be Karazhan. Karazhan gave me 36,474 auction house gold with 972 raw gold. I did a 10-hour farm in the past. Check it out in the description. And I got the Oathkeeper, Pattern of Netherdrake gloves, Leggings of the Beast Mastery, and Blade of Wizardry. Sadly, this time I didn't get none of those. And honestly, I'm kind of let down with the hour run that I did here. Now, don't get me wrong, the last one on number 10 was Dire Maul, and there's so many other good drops that could have dropped. But again, in this video, we're actually just talking about what we got in that hour run. So let's actually get into number 8. And at number 8 is going to be something that I really don't like to do, and that is going to be Heart of Fear. And the reason why I don't like to do Heart of Fear is because you can get the run done within 30 minutes, and then you're locked out for the next 30 minutes as well. Now, that said, and a lot of people don't have tons of tunes or tons of accounts to actually just rerun this. So basically, let's just go off of one person, and you're actually going to get 8,149 auction house gold with 1,393 raw gold, which is good. But I will say right now, honestly, it's not really worth it. I mean, you do get 92 motes of harmony, but again, that goes into the auction house price. But I will say right now, this is something that if you really want to just do something else, then do it. It's not the best in the world. It's not even close to being a top tier. And honestly, if this was a top 10 list, this would probably be number 10. The only reason why it made to number 8, if we're putting it in a top tier thing, is because it is raw gold value. With that said, guys, let's move on to number 7. And at number 7 is going to be SUNWERT. SUNWERT actually gave me a great 87,147 auction house gold with 483 raw gold. There's some notable items here that you can see right here, which I'll post just a little box of lists. Now, I do want to say also to it as well, this raid has been actually farmed over and over again. And honestly, unlike last time when I did a 10-hour farm a while back for y'all guys, the prices went down a lot. These would actually be probably a total of 150 to 200k in a day. Now, I do want to say that you got to note that everything that gets farmed over and over again will decrease in price over time. Also, too, as well, if you notice in the video, I actually am a warlock, and the warlocks are the easiest to actually get out of this dungeon faster than anybody else. But use the old trick that I showed you before, and that old trick is basically starting a group and leaving that group, and boom, you're going to be out within a minute, compared to about a minute 15 to minute 20 to actually get out of this dungeon. Now, don't get me wrong, there's faster classes to get out, but that's for another video. So with that said, let's get on to number 6. And at number 6 is going to be AQ20. I got a total 90,398 auction house gold with 123 raw gold. I will say that the item that dropped was Orb of Deception, and that was an awesome item that dropped. Now, I was going to use this or actually sell this, but I'm going to be honest with you right now. I'm going to give it to one of y'all. Y'all got to make a Horde character on Mal'Ganis, and you got to tell me what your favorite farm is in my whole channel that you liked of my video, or tell me what you actually like about my channel. Well, that said, guys, let's get into number 5. And at number 5 is actually going to be RAZORFEN Downs. RAZORFEN Downs give me 140,509 auction house gold with 355 raw gold. As always, the old dungeons don't give you that much raw gold. Now, I did get a notable item, DOCHS boots, and actually was very excited when I got this because this is a rare drop. Now, I do want to say right now that there was a lot of rare drops that come in RAZORFEN Downs, not repetitive drops like some other dungeons and raids out there. Now, with that said, let's actually get into the number 4. Alright guys, and that number 4 is going to be its sister, brother, or cousin, or whatever you want to put it, is RAZORFEN Crawl. RAZORFEN Crawl is actually going to give me about 163,649 auction house gold with 772 raw gold. Some of the notable items that dropped was Pathfinder foot pads of the Fire Flash, Watcher's Jerkin of the Aura, and also Headhunter's Armor of the Aura. And there's another one, but I just don't want to massacre his name, but it was pretty good drop too as well. Again, these are rare drops that drop from this dungeon just as the other dungeon, and it's going to get you a lot more gold compared to some other dungeons and raids that drop the constant of the same item. Now, with that said, let's get on to number 3. Alright guys, before we get into number 3, it's actually going to be the code word, and the code word is actually going to be Gold Genius. With that said, let's get into number 3. These next top 3 is actually going to be towards raw gold more than auction house's value. So let's get right into number 3. So number 3 is going to give me 2,897 raw gold with 91,671 auction house gold. I could go on with how many items it gave me that is worthwhile here, like all the basically the life, earth, fire, water, pilot ore, so forth and everything. But there's a lot of the stuff that drops here. Just make sure that you're using a potion that gives you the boxes. And I'm gonna be honest with you right now, when I did the whole run, I got a total of 111 boxes. So you really want to get the potion of treasure finding, and you'll be fine when you come in here, and you'll get about 111 to about 100 boxes that drop from here. Which, if you didn't know what the boxes were, they actually give you imbecile, they give you lives, airs, earths, fires, waters, so forth, and so many other things. With that said, guys, if you actually do this, let me know in the comments below. But that is number 3, because the next 2 are way better when it comes to raw gold. So let's get into number 2. Before we get into number 2, which you're seeing on screen already, I will say that in the Firelands, the boxes that actually you will open, you get gold too as well. You get anywhere from 1 to 5 gold, and I did add that in the total raw gold. So that is the total raw gold of Firelands. So to anybody out there who's actually all go Firelands the best in the world, that's the total you get. So with number 2, we're actually going to be going to Iron Docks. Usually it would be number 1 for Iron Docks, but I'm going to tell you right now, again, this wasn't a top 10 list. I'm acting like it's a top 10 list, right guys? But anyways, the whole point about Iron Docks is that it's fast, it's easy, and you can get out real quick. Within an hour, I got 3,666 raw gold. That is 1,000 over, not even 1,000, but about 800 over Firelands just by itself. So with that said, you actually get some of the auction house stuff, which is 193,795 auction house gold. I'm telling you right now, guys, do not take that as serious. They've been inflated so much that it's crazy. Some items will sell, some of the blues and epics, so forth, that you can get here to sell on auction house, but mainly a lot of stuff will not sell. So just add it all to your raw gold instead. Now, with that said, let's actually get into number 1. All right, guys, and then number 1 is going to be Arkandun. Arkandun is one of the best spots out there to actually do raw gold. Like I said, one of the best, not the best in the world. And I will say right now that it gets you about 3,764 raw gold with a total of 167,091 actually auction house gold. Now with that raw gold, you're getting about 3,764. I could say right now clearly that if you want to go raw gold ways, this is the way to do it. Other than the fact that you can be a monk and you can go to Legion, and there's a spot I showed y'all in the past that actually gets you about 4 to 5k. But again, people go there and you're in your way. I want to say right now too as well, this has nothing to do with groups, okay guys? A lot of people will come around and say, well, groups can do this, groups can do that. Yes, I understand that. And I want to leave you with this, okay? It's not always just about group farming. You don't have just to group farm just to make the gold. Yes, it makes a little bit more gold if you take the time and go and do stuff, or you can go do your own stuff and actually get the same amount in the same time. And to be honest with you, it's always that way that I've been trying to do on my channel, is to find farms, find things that you, the player, can do by yourself, and you don't have to depend on another person. Because when you have to depend on another person, on another group, then it kind of gets to the point where, oh, we gotta wait for him to get off the break. Oh man, we gotta wait for him to actually come back and from selling the stuff, so forth. And honestly, I don't think people have the time for that. So with that said, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this video. I did. I had a very fun actually making this. If you'd like to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. And thank you so much to all my Patrons out there. Stay stashy.